Welcome to the channel again, everyone. So we have another Kyosho brand to enter the collection, and this particular one is from the Beads Collection, so it comes in a crystal case, and hopefully we'll have some better details in the regular blister packs. Some of them do, some of them don't, but we'll find out. I'm looking for a date of manufacture, and I never seem to find it on these boxes. No date of licensing. There's actually no indication of licensing. Yeah, so I don't know how old this is, unfortunately. Oh, there it is, the licensing, but not so important. Alright, well, let's hope that the paint quality is okay on this one, but we'll see. I don't know if this is someone's personal collection or if this is new old stock. I mean, look at yellow, the box is quite yellowed, so it makes me think this thing's at least 10 years old, maybe 15. Let's see. So the 911 GT1 Evolution, which is what I believe this is, there are supposed to be 41 of them built. 18 were race cars, and then 23 were road-going cars. And it's supposed to be powered by a 3.2-liter flat-six engine that's twin turbocharged, making over, well, 530 horsepower in street tune. I think the race cars had like 600 horsepower, so they had to detune them a little bit for the road. And then it's rear-wheel drive, no all-wheel drive, like say in a 911 Turbo. Well, this is interesting. It's actually a rubber. No, never mind. It's a plastic washer. I thought it was rubber for a second. Okay. Alright, so that's all I found out about the information on this car. Hopefully it's right. Alright, so let's see. Hopefully these images are correct. There have been a lot of variations of the 911 GT1, so... But yeah, I mean, looking at the images here, the front vent seems similar. The mirrors, the roof vent, the wheels, the side vent, yeah, the rear wing. I think that's the right photograph I picked this time around. Here's one on some sort of display stand, some auto show. Yeah, okay. I think it looks pretty similar. Okay. Alright, so let's start with the wheels here. It's nice to see that they're, you know, mesh wheels, and there's actually air passing between every one of the spokes. Very often, you know, those will be blanked off. But Kyosho, yeah, this time around they did it right. So, which is nice, because they're pretty thin spokes, right? And then behind it, there seems to be, you know, brake rotor. I don't know if there's a caliper. I can't. Well, there is. There is. Maybe I'll have to get the flashlight. The rear one, the caliper's in the front, is way in there. It's really far in there. The front one, I think the caliper is in the rear. The only problem with these calipers is they're the same silver color as the rotor, so they're almost invisible back there. Only at certain angles you can, you know, the light will catch it with the shadows and stuff. But it's nice to see there's a brake system, because all the Kyosho blister packs don't have brakes, so that's one of the pluses of getting this crystal box one. Okay, so we got some orange. Well, actually the gold here isn't very well done. It's totally off center. Like it's down here, but here it's still silver. I can't say that's really well done either. It's almost like they should have just had it all silver. I mean, looking at the real photographs, they came with silver wheels as an option, so I don't know why they bothered to paint those gold. If it really bothers me, I'll just repaint them myself, but that's alright. Okay, well, nice little thin orange thing there. It's nice to see a little black paint here to simulate that air intake. It's a tiny little vent here, which I don't see on those photographs. So maybe this is an older or possibly a newer version than those photographs I was showing you. This is nice, yeah, silver paint, so that's another thing you get on the crystal box, but not a blister pack. There's some ribbing here. Okay. Yeah, there's a texture in there, I can hear it, and that's a pretty far in vent, right? The Porsche badge is really small. I think it looks good, the size of it. And then these are really great headlights. Like, look at the detail. There's orange. I don't know if that's on the top surface or the back surface. But then you got all the streaks of the lens, and then the way it's molded, it looks like, you know, there'd be a light bulb back there. So that's nicely done by Kyosho. Seems to be some bumps for possibly hood pins. A little black paint here for the vent, so that's nice. Yeah, that's playing tough. And then look at these tiny little louvers. They're thin pieces of plastic, and they go pretty far down, right? So that's pretty realistic looking. Look at these little aerodynamic dimples. I didn't notice that before. Cool. I don't know what these little black circles are, though. I wonder what, maybe electrical cutoffs, or, well, why would there be two? I don't know. Okay, this side here, no major problems. Oh, well, this is weird, though. Maybe, I don't know. I see a groove here, maybe for dynamics, but I'm noticing the paint. This must be a separate piece, but I also think it's plastic because it's a totally different color from that. Whereas this is all die-cast metal, and that looks super white. This looks like it's yellowed already. Oh, you know what? It's my video camera. To the naked eye. Well, now, even to the naked eye, it's a different white. It's almost, no, I was going to say matte, but it's not. It's a glossy surface. It's just not color matched. Possibly because it's a separate piece of plastic. But holy moly, those are some real vents. Look at that. I mean, that goes way into and touches the tire. That's a real vent. There's no denying that. That's some great detail. So, I guess, you know, that's why Kyosho did it. You couldn't mold die-cast, I don't think, reliably, so thin right there on the bottom part at least. So they did it out of plastic, and it's a separate piece. Maybe it's trapped by the rivet there, you know, the base is trapping it. But it does give you that real vent feeling, so that's pretty cool. The taillights look nice, you know, some little backup light there. And then some sort of texture here, and then two black exhaust tips, which is actually accurate. At least a real photograph, that you can barely see the exhaust. A couple of molded in vents there, but no additional paint. And then the wing is alright. No complaints there. Oh, look at this. You can see the light. So the vent just ends right there where the pick is. I thought it was actually coming from there, but yeah, that's how stupid I am. So bear in mind, you know, in my videos, you might want to maybe put it on mute, because half the time, or more than half the time, I don't know what I'm talking about. These are educational tools, these die-cast cars. I'm learning about vehicles by collecting these things. So anyways, alright, so that's pretty cool, you know, that actually is a real vent to the back of the tire. And then speaking of the tires, they're pretty nice. There's good curvature to them. And, well, this is the best wheel here. The gold printing on this wheel is much nicer. But again, the front one, look at this. All the gold is, like, down. So much silver there. This is a nice little undercut there. The roof vent here. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's another nice thing. This roof vent goes in a ways. Boy, it's hard to focus all the time. Look at that. The pick just, whoop, it's gone. It does, I think it is hitting something back there, but that's a pretty far in vent. I don't even know why I pulled the flashlight on Kyosho interiors. They're just so dark. I mean, you can't see much. There's molded details. Right? There's a box there on the floor. And the racing seat. But looks like some molded in harnesses there. Yeah, but I can't see much else. Such shallow window, sorry. Okay. I guess, well, another thing here is this roof panel. It's just painted black. No clear window or anything like that. And then, look at this. That's a giant paint problem there. It's like a giant blob of paint, extra paint. It's not paint rash, I don't think. This is plastic, so so that's too bad. Not the best quality control on this one. Alright, well, it's still an interesting model. Like, you know, just the entertainment value of me figuring out that vent, for me, was fun. Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty happy I have this thing. And I actually have another Kyosho 911 GT1, and it's also from a Beads Collection, I think. Well, it has to be because it has such nice details. This one has a little black antenna. Sorry, I can't focus on it. But there's a little black antenna. This one, oh, they both have photo etch wiper blades. This thing is so dark I couldn't even tell. But both of them have photo etch wiper blades, and then both of them have disc brake systems. So I don't know if they're from the same Beads collection or how many Beads collections Kyosho's put out. So that would be interesting to learn about. But you can see here between these versions, I think it was Travis Walker that told me maybe this is the prototype, the casting of this one, and then I don't know if this is the road-going version or the race version painted just in a road-going color. But you can see the engine covers are different. Or are they? Might just be graphic. Well, this Warsteiner one does have fog lights, so the casting is a little bit different. Just looking at the overall length. The overall lengths do look identical. Oh, well, this is a big difference. You know, this one has the 996 kidney bean headlights. This is the 993 oval headlights. So that's what makes me think this is an earlier 911 GT1, maybe the prototype or the very first one, and then this came along later on. So, alright. Well, so anyways, that's another reason why I collect these things, to see the variations in form. I would have to assume that maybe Kyosho has this in racing liveries. You know, I don't know, I haven't searched it out. I just got this one because it was the least expensive one I could find. Alright guys, well, if you like Porsches, which I do, it's definitely worth checking into these Kyosho Beads Porsches, because definitely the detail is higher than the blister packs. You know, you got the disc brakes, that's a huge factor. A little silver paint on the mirrors, and then at least that other one had an antenna. So, really interesting stuff. I'm not just looking at this one. Yeah, this Warsteiner, it doesn't have a separate plastic piece. This is all just black casting here. So it's a totally different rear end. Okay. Okay, well, as usual, I appreciate you guys taking the time to visit the channel, and hope to be hearing from you. See ya.